For a beginner golfer, the bunker shot is one of the hardest shots in golf, and my wife has just started playing, so I thought I'd get her some proper instruction. Let's do it.
Let's do it now.
Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson and welcome to this YouTube channel. Guys, welcome back to Laura's Golf.
Hi.
A series which we never thought would take off, but it actually has done. People are loving it.
I've got a following.
So, have you ever set foot in a bunker before?
Only when filming.
Yes, so have you ever played a bunker shot?
No.
So this is going to be really interesting, guys. So Chris, you are a tour coach from loads of different levels, and the thing that I think people are enjoying a lot with this series is that Chris is giving Laura some basic tips on short game, on putting, just to try and get better at golf. But Laura's never actually hit a bunker shot because you always play on the academy courses, don't you? You never really have kind of that many bunkers, if any. So I'm going to hand you over to the capable Mr. Chris Dennis. Chris, should we start off with the clubs that we've given Laura? You've still not got your own clubs there. We're going to get you some eventually, but we don't want to rush into it. So Chris, I'll leave it to you to discuss what we've got, Laura, here.
Yeah, so two different clubs here. We've got a 56 degree, we've got a 60 degree, but different bounces on there. So you can see with a 56, we've got 14 degrees of bounce, that little number there. 60, we've got 6 degrees of bounce, so not a great deal. You can see the difference in the soles there. If Laura puts those up to the camera, you can see that it's a lot bigger here than we've got on the 60. So that's going to help somebody, a beginner. We're going to need a lot of bounce in the bunker. We're going to want to get the ball up and out of that by hitting down and using that bounce. Obviously, if you're in bunkers where there's not enough sand, we might go to the other option. So you might go something with less bounce. But as a beginner, get plenty of bounce, and that's going to help you get out.
Why is there sometimes not enough sand? Is that purely
That is
a
very
greens
debatable question in
Right.
golf. We'll ask Richard Jones. Why
No, but
he's
are
not
they all
playing.
meant to have the same amount, or like?
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah.
Ideally, yes, but it is a thing that you'll see from many members. What they do complain about, or what they do question, is the amount of sand in bunkers. But we've got here a nice amount of sand, Richard Jones.
You also never hear a good bunker player moaning about the sand.
Do you know what I mean? Like, when I'm looking at it, I'm not thinking nice amount of sand there.
See, we're going, oh yeah, that'll do that today, won't it? So.
And that's it. That's something that you need to understand when in the bunkers, is how much sand is underneath the golf ball. So what club do I need to do? What do I need to do to get the ball out?
Okay.
Which is what we're going to go through. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, Laura, is we're going to get the correct setup. So like we've done with all parts of the game, just remove that stone. We want to get the correct setup in here. It's a little bit different to short game. So what do you remember we did at short game?
Weight on the left.
Yep.
And your stances closer together.
Your stances closer together. So similar here. One thing is weight's going to be left.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to make sure that most of our weight, I would say 70-80% is on the left.
Okay.
Especially on here because it's a little bit of an upslope. We're going to turn this left foot out a little bit more so we can get that weight on my left side. And we're going to go wider with the stance. Okay, so even wider than that. And then from there, what we want to do is look at getting your sternum in line with the ball. So that's where the low point's going to be.
Okay.
So we're trying to hit that. If we get too far back, we're going to start to see we're going to hit the sand early. Okay. And that's what most amateurs do. They'll fall back. We try and scoop the ball out. We're not trying to scoop the ball out here. We're going to hit down into the sand. Unbelievable. You can tell she's never been in a bunker. Sand's never coming off that grip. So we're hitting down into the sand to get the ball up. So the club you've got is the 56, so that's with the most amount of bounce. So that's what we want to do. We want to come in here, and with the short game, would have been narrow, club face pretty square. We're now going to open it up.
Do you hold it like you would a putter?
We hold it like we would if you was hitting a full shot. Okay, so if you was hitting your driver, if you was chipping, so we're going to interlock those fingers. We're then going to come in here with our stance. We're going to open the club face first and then take your grip.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not going to twist it open with our hands. We're going to make sure we open it more. So open it even more, turn it around. There we go. Don't worry, it's not going to go right. Okay, so we're going to come in here first. So I'm going to extend this line for you. Line. I'm going to extend this line for you. And we're going to practice trying to just hit the sand on that line. Okay. So we're going to walk. We're going to work our way down there and start to see where your low point is. So that's massive when it comes to, well, golf in general, especially in the sand. So set up. So let's get that stance wider, good. Weight on your left, so 80%.
Like
Club
this.
face open, good. And then let's make a swing, let's try and hit on that line.
A full swing.
Full swing, yeah.
Okay. How come I'm not missing the sand?
Okay, so why do you think you'd be missing the sand?
I don't know.
So, one thing we didn't mention, my fault, not Laura's, on this occasion, very rare, is we need, obviously in short game we're nice and tall. Here we're going to get a little bit more bend from the waist, so feel like your chest is a little bit lower. Good, weight's left, you can bend that right knee, it doesn't need to be straight. There we go.
Okay.
So we caught the sand there because we got a little bit more bend from the waist. Perfect.
I'm going to be good at this, I can tell.
Well, that's a very bold statement.
Especially when you never hit the ball out the sand for 3 minutes in.
And she's chucked a club down in the sand already. I mean, so far it's not fantastic. But right, one more swing in between the ones you've just done and the ball. Good.
Missed it again.
Oh, it's all gone to pot.
I got cocky.
There you go. So see how tall you're finishing there. So get your chest more down. Good. Feel like you're hitting down into that sand.
Missed it again.
Down. Good. This is one thing we see a lot from amateur golfers. They're afraid to hit down into the sand. So we want to get a sound, and we're going to get Laura to do it again, where she really feels like she's slapping down onto the sand, so we can see a little bit of force going down.
Yeah, it's only sand, isn't it?
It's exactly.
It's not going to hurt the
only
club,
sand.
is what I'm saying.
No, it's not going to hurt the club, which is great news for us. Right, so straighten that right, bend that right knee a little bit, so don't let it go straight. Good.
Oh. I'm going to get mad.
You're gonna get.
You could be good at it.
You just said you were going to be good.
I'm going to get mad.
Okay.
Honestly, hit the deck.
So hit it as hard as you want. So more weight on your left, so really get into that left foot. Bend from the chest a little bit more, so feel like you're close to the ground. Good, even more.
That feels so uncomfortable.
Well, we'll catch the sand now. Oh, we're trying to miss the sand. Good. And again. Open the club face. Good. Good, so that was just on the line. So one more, let's try and hit down more into it. Won't hurt the club. Good. There we go. So, right, let's go on to the ball. So the first ever ball in the bunker.
Guys, comment below.
Laura's going to be good at this.
Will it come out?
Right, so weight left, bend that right knee. A little bit more down from the chest. Come on.
Oh, I thought I'd lost the whole thing.
That's a good effort. That has just
Is
gone
this,
in.
what do you call it? Crazy golf?
A
Is it
rabbit.
going to come out?
It's gone into a burrow right there. Right, so another practice swing. So we caught the top of the ball there, so we need to stay low. So feel like you finish close. Good. So see
Would
we
that
hit
have got
behind.
it?
Hmm?
Would that have got it?
No, that ball would have stayed exactly where it was.
Oh.
Okay. Not onto the ball yet.
Oh.
Eager beaver. There. Good. Weight left.
Yes.
That would have got out. So let's go straight onto the ball now. Same setup, chest down. And go.
Okay.
Yes. Straight at the flag. There we go. So if James comes in, the cameraman, we can see obviously Laura's divot there. It started around about a couple of inches before the line. So because we've used the right club, we've got the bounce. With Laura's speed, that still gets the ball out. So we can see there, the closer we get to the line, we're still going to get out even if it's not perfect. Whereas this one, which Laura asked if it would have got out, would have been a no. Because
So when you say we've got the bounce?
Yep, so the bounce is obviously this angle on the bottom of the club.
Okay.
So when we open it, we're trying to use that to glide through the sand.
Like a hydrofoil through water.
Oh, I
Do
see.
you remember the PJ exams, what it said?
Yeah, that's
Hydrofoil.
what we had to write on our multiple choice. So the more we
A, B, C and D.
so the more we open it, the more we can hit hard down into sand. So if we do it the opposite, and if I had it square, so not open. We wouldn't be using the bounce, and then the club's going to dig, and more than likely the ball won't come out. Okay, so let's do a couple more practice swings now. So let's go in here and do a practice swing. So set up good, chest down.
I feel like it felt weird in my hands then.
I can't do anything about it feeling weird in the hands, unfortunately. Okay, so think about hitting down. Good, and again, one more.
Love the speed.
So speed's good, so there the weight wasn't enough on your left, because look where you've entered the sand. So you've entered 6 inches before the line. Would that have got out?
6 inches? Are you looking at there?
Yeah.
All right, good. I thought you were looking there, thinking.
I meant 6 inches.
Okay.
Your measurements are off there.
Right, so let's do another one.
Practice.
Practice, correct. Weight left,
I feel like it is.
chest down, and go. That would have been out. Okay, so onto the ball. Good, so think weight left, chest down, and then go. Sharp. So we can see Laura's done there a very classic amateur finish. So we've hit it, we've fallen back, and by the time the ball stopped, we've finished about 3 foot behind the ball. So one thing for Laura there, that's why the divot has come back again. But because Laura's got good speed in here, she's still able to get the ball out. But we need to make sure, and the same for all amateurs, is when you finish your swing, we want to see that your weight's still on your left and we finish turned towards our target. Right foot's off, we've not fallen back, and as a result we haven't left it in the bunker. But Laura's 2 out of 3.
R.I.P. the big man.
Not bad, as Meatloaf would say. So we're going to give her one more chance here, but it's good so far. So go through your setup. So what you're doing? So
Weight to the left.
Yep.
Club face open.
Yep.
And my posture's down, is that right?
Chest down.
Chest down. Back to square one, aren't we?
So keep that weight left, finish on the left, finish pointing towards the target. Good. Okay, now onto the ball. So hold your finish on this one. I want you to see you pointing towards the target.
Oh shit. Language beep.
James will beat that out. But again, a little bit clean there, but I'd rather see that. So we've got it a little bit clean. Laura's finished correctly. We just didn't get enough down into the sand. So
One of your Pro V1s.
That's one of my Pro V1s. We did state before we started this, it was £3 a ball for Laura. So she's £3 down.
What's it usually?
£4. I've cut you a deal. Right, so let's go one more.
Practice first.
Practice first. Let's hit that line. Good. Very good. Straight in. Weight left, chest down, go.
Oh.
Ooh. This is getting angry. Okay, so where was your weight at the finish?
Well, I just gave up then.
Correct. Correct answer, Laura, on this occasion. So we can't get any feedback if we don't hold our finish. Okay?
Oh.
So, same again, practice swing first. Hold me your finish. Good. Yep, so you see your weights there on your left. Let's do the same. On the ball.
Oh.
Chest down.
Feels so unnatural.
Good. Well out. So we've made a good start there. A little bit behind, but because of the speed, was able to get that out. So for all amateurs, one thing when you're practicing, draw that line behind the ball. You can't obviously do it in real play. But if you go down to your practice bunker, if you have one, you're going to be able to start to understand, that's the best one yet, understand where your low point is, and that's what we need to control to get you out of the bunker. Oh. So we see there Laura fell forwards there. If Laura had held a finish, she was falling forwards. Where's the ball gone? Straight to the right. So good practice swing.
Do you ever find that sometimes on your practice swing that's your best one, and then?
Some could say that. Chris Rawlins at Sitwell Golf had the best practice swing in the club. Didn't hit many fairways, but he had a great practice swing. So you see there, he was out of balance again.
Just feels.
That's it. So don't feel like your arms have to stay rod straight.
Yeah.
So feel like they're a little bit lower underneath you. Good.
I just feel like it when it comes back, it's here.
Yeah, so we don't want to feel like that elbow's coming off. You want to feel it's the chest turning back and the chest turning through. There we go, good. Good. Okay, onto the ball. Good shot. So Laura still didn't hold a finish position. She's not really a good learner, is Laura, in the bunker. So
this is why you're doing the job.
This is why. But yeah, so you can see there from Laura, we've got the majority of them out. We've had a couple of missed strikes, but the key for there is Laura's got good speed. So with good speed, even if you do catch a little behind, which Laura's going to, Foxy certainly does, any mid-handicapper, even me and James don't always catch the same part on the sand, but if we've got a lot of speed, we're still going to generate some kind of strike. We're still going to potentially get the ball out of the bunker. The people who leave it in the bunker are the ones who slow down into the sand, afraid of the sand, and it never gets high enough or goes far enough. So if you're practicing, draw a line in there, make sure you get those set up basics. So obviously we want to go a little bit wider, turn that left foot out, your weight is left, and don't be afraid to get that club face wide open.
Where's the demo, Chris? Come on.
Oh, well, Laura's in the zone there, getting a set up. So again, draw my line in here, wider stance, chest is down so we get the loft pointing straight up, and from there keep the speed.
Just sounds nice, doesn't
And
it?
again, finish left. See there, even for me, like we just discussed, I've caught that a couple of inches behind. Because there's plenty of speed there, it's still got out and gone to where I want. So keeping the speed, it's not always going to be perfect, but understanding your low point, understanding what you're trying to achieve is going to help you in the bunkers.